got Gussie over for the team 1. We got Saskatchewan as a Beast Mastery Hunter. I'm loving the Mog, man. Look at that down-to-earth, like vanilla hunter with a boar and a scorpion. He's literally made of Durotar. I'm loving it. We got Kian as a subtlety rogue. I think it's a wild sub-rogue in here. Lath on the team. And on how Blast charging out versus Leroy. Is he going to one-bang Leroy? Trying to go for a big Sky Fury. Leroy making sure to take down the totem. On how got all the bets up. That's going to be a big blast to Leroy. Does he have the damage to follow up? Knock it back for a second as Leroy got himself a full demon. Going to be a big ascendance with a hunt to follow. On how Blast needs to find a way to survive here. Going to be a stun. Trinket to follow. On how he's under ton of pressure. Oh, and Leroy does ends up counter him completely. Oh my goodness, look at your retreat for the next competitor. We got us a Johnny Bravo on the team too with Russo, C-Buzz, as well as VAR with Leroy. Trying to see if he can potentially get Kian out in the opener. Is going to be able to get him out. Kian looking for a reset into it in prison. Trinkets out of it with a heal. Stun right after, no way out. I think maybe Leroy just has him. Evasion and a cloak as the rogue uses even blind, but that Infernal is going to end up breaking the blind. What is Kian doing? Got himself a vanish, so it's going to be the pet exploding. Kian so far has had to play very, very defensively. Has himself a second vanish in case he needs to, but Kian so far just been found out in the open. Hasn't really been able to go for a proper opener versus Leroy. And Leroy gets him out in the open. Gonna be a retreat. Immuning any CC for a second. Kian used to land a stun on the guy at some point or another. Trying to get some eviscerate smoke bomb to create some separation between the two. Leroy just charges in into a disarm as the demon spawns in. Kian so far has had himself a very, very rough opener. Can the rogue make a comeback though? Stun with a soul break. Hopefully that didn't miss. It looked like it may have. Stun into a blade dance. Cheat death by Kian. Has himself a vanish. May want to use it. There's a cheat death. Get a shot onto Leroy. Does he have enough damage to maybe turn around? Does he have a proper go? Trying to get some eviscerates back to back with a vanish by the rogue. At least got himself another tools of escape. So he does get to fight another day. Cheat death has been used, has himself a charge of Shadow Dance, but does he have enough damage? Gonna be Leroy finding him out very early on within a prison. Fear to follow, no way out for the rogue. And Leroy with a big hunt with his son right after, not even giving Kian a chance to play the game. And I think it's gonna be over. Kian does go down. Looks like rogues get countered by demon hunters quite easily, boys. Can back it up out of there. Just gotta go for a mount up. Wants to make sure there's plenty of distance between him and Leroy. Got himself the mobility, maximizing that range. And Leroy slowed down completely. I think it's going to be a chimeric coursing through him. It's going to silence him. Got himself immunity from CC for a second. Why? He's a mid-retreat. Big burst to get him. Stun to follow. Big dancer. Oh my god. Leroy. Last Gem going to be up next as he's playing that enhancement with a Sky Fury. Full route onto Leroy way ahead of time, and that's going to be Leroy reversing it in order to break out of those shackles. Big blast to Leroy, surviving the fire trinket, the Darkwood card. Big Ascendance blast by Lasta. Leroy may be in trouble. Does go for an immunity. Trying to see if he can save it, wait it out. Needs to get some cooldowns. Darkness to follow as trying to create himself a little bit of a safe space versus Sham. IBM does go activate him some Metamorphosis. Big soul break. Last could be big trouble. Metamorphosis right after. Does he have the damage? Another blade dance right after. It's going to be Trinket. Oh, knocking it back with a hunt. Does die behind the pillar in order to avoid the big blast. The big Night Fight charge. And then it's still going to reconnect. Last under a ton of pressure. Earth Elemental. But there's only so much you can do. And Leroy does take him out. Gus is the last man left. He needs to find a way to deal with Leroy. I feel like the problem is whenever Leroy can hit something, he can heal off of it. But if Leroy can hit something, you will also die. So the best course of action may be to put dots on him and then leave him by himself. Put the baby in the corner. I think that's all you can do. Leroy has mobility though. He has CC immunity whenever he eventually retreats now. He got himself a reflect to reverse dots as the Gussie is playing Affliction. Blur, range interrupt, Metamorphosis. So I don't really know how you deal with it. Gus getting hit with a stun. There goes the demon. That's exactly what Leroy needed. Gus with a wall immediately. Soul break. Stun right after. Leroy charging right through him with a big hunt to follow. Trying to go for a hunt of his own. Hunt for hunt. Soul rod right after. Gus may be in trouble. Does go for a mad heal. Soul burn. Warlock Hellstone. Ramping up all the dots. Leroy got himself Metamorphosis though. So he's got a lot of leech self-healing. Gus looking for a retreat, but Leroy on the chase, on the prowl. Dark back to follow. Not a lot of health to really work with. And Leroy does end up taking him out. Got us a team one together with Leroy on the backlines. By the way, I'm liking the Mog with those tats. Going for like black tattoos looks good. We got Johnny on that team. We got Coil C as well as VAR. They're literally charging out versus Dots is going in for or at least attempted to go in for a mind games. Var could be in a bit of trouble unless he got himself a big one-shot already. Somebody, Shadow Priest does go in for a trinket. Var looking to set up some big bursts. It's going to be one LA Blast. Does Var have a second LA Blast to follow? Massive damage of dots. Is going to go for LA Blast onto the Side Fiend. Maybe a bit of an overkill on that Fiend, but maybe he still has himself full big lightning bolt set up. Another blow. What was that? Boys, Var just zapping the boy down. Honestly, I was expecting for it to be a big blast from LA Blast, but apparently lightning bolts hit just as hard. Rude onto on how? Got himself a Sky Fury. Looking to break through totem. Var, does he take down Sky Fury? He better take it down. It's right there. Lightning lasso trying to. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. On how blast. That's what I was thinking Var was going to do. That Shadow Priest and then sending out Leroy in the team too. Okay, sending out Leroy, I feel like maybe it's just overkill. The man is just a god. Sending out World Boss. You literally send out the final boss of the raid first or second. Big hunt onto on how. Does he have any healing? Try to go for a bit of a heal. But Leroy ends up taking him out. With Kadam going to be up next. Can he verse this Demon Hunter? Actually getting a bit of pressure on him. Trying to see if he can swing around towards Kadam. Freezing Trap at the ready. Kadam waiting for it. Leroy charges through it. Somehow misses out the Freezing Trap. Kadam may be in a bit of trouble trying to back up out of there. Leroy does gain a Demon to Fiend off of. To get some leech off of. And Kadam retreating completely behind the pillar. Leroy still holding on to the demon. Is going to slay it to pick up the soul. Freezing Trap waiting on him on the right hand side. He just has no idea. It's going to go for a leap. Kadam going to beat a full hunt. Another demon spawns in with a stun to follow. Kadam trying to give himself as much damage to just trying to see if he can get counteractive versus Leroy, but there's only so much you can do. Lath looking to set up a big burst onto Leroy. Leroy has a demon right next to him. He knows a bunch of Maelstrom ready for Lath. He wants to go for a big lava burst actually. So Lath is playing elemental. For some reason I thought you were enhancement. Leroy slaying the demon, picking up the demonic soul, got him some 20% more damage off of it. He can make some bursts happen with this one. Lath not playing the primal elementals, he's playing like normal allies. I wonder why. Knocking back at Leroy. As the man does get rooted out in the open, it's going to be actually a knockback and a root onto Leroy. Oh yeah, because he got double totems. Wait, that actually could be an insane combo. A demon spawns in on the side. Lath has himself a Skykeeper at the ready. Leroy ready to slay the demon as soon as he sells up slow. Is going to slay it, but it's going to be big zaps to follow. Could pick up the demon soul whenever he needs to. And it's going to snag it just to make sure he's all good to go. Lath used to make sure he's got himself the biggest wombo combo, or at least a CC chain for Leroy if he wants to win this one. As soon as Leroy takes up an air or two, it's going to be rough. Demon Hunter just doesn't want to play at all. There's going to be a leap. Got himself immunity to CC. Lath knocking him back. Leroy charges back over with an I-beam. Going to be immediate trinket for that lightning lasso with a metamorphosis to continue the pressure. Big blade dances to follow. Just try to take down Lath with a stun right after. Oh my god. Demon Hunters right now, man. Demon Hunters. Well, we got to give you guys another go because that was only 4 of you. I like that you guys were like, yeah, we're ready for a challenge. But then the team 2 sent out Leroy. I appreciate you guys were ready for the challenge and tried to make it best happen.